Who had bigger dreams at that point, you or Adam?
I think we had a very similar quest to do something important. My mom always gave me the feeling that like you know, believe in yourself, you can do whatever you need to do. And when I said I was going to make films, I got nervous. My dad, all he knew was The Godfather, and he said, "You're going to be a director? The mafia is going to own you," because all they could think about is the horse's head in the bed. And I'm like, "No, Dad, they don't really do that. That's only in the movies. They just have the Teamsters." But I just had big goals, and Adam always, since I met him, wanted to be the funniest man on the planet, and so his drive was very strong to do that. So in a good way, it overlapped. My thing was, I just wanted to tell. I felt like things were obvious to me, like greed is bad. All these people in the 80s are being really greedy and they're being money hungry, and it was just really apparent to me that was an empty fulfillment if you're just going for the money. Like in my head, it was like, oh, it's about how you get the money. It's about you want to create something, and so I realized, oh, I have an insight that not everybody has. And then when the idea of making movies and how powerful they were, I thought, if I can figure this out, I can hopefully tell stories that are worth telling. Because I always go back to how much, as a kid, movies shape who you are. It's like you have your parents and you have whatever religion you're brought up. But at the end of the day, I think movies have a massive, massive effect on who you become, and your sense of right and wrong, your sense of who a hero is, your sense of, it just really sets up so many mores at a young age. So when I think about making my movies, a lot of them have been for a younger audience, like kids. It's super important to me to think about, a kid going to see a movie with his parents or alone or when they're hanging out with all their buddies, how it's going to affect them. So I've definitely embraced, especially when I was making some of the more fun comedies like The Waterboy, and it's like they're bullying the kid. And I thought, I'm doing something good, even though they seem like just pure entertainment and it's just dumb. There's a real story, there's real heart, they're real characters. I always try to anchor my characters in real people, even though The Waterboy was kind of a big over-the-top movie. At the end of the day, me and Adam, we chose to play him like a real guy, like Rain Man, except some of the choices we make are silly. When he tackles, he made crazy noises, but he's the reality that I create in my movies. I try to keep totally real, so that I try to keep true to the reality you set up. It doesn't shift. So once you're in that world, you believe that world, and then you invest in the characters. And my thing is, I want to make movies that, even though they're comedies, when they are comedies, in the third act, you really are hooked in your seat. Where a lot of comedies sort of fall apart in the third act because the stakes don't really matter. So I know I'm going on a tangent, but I'm just kind of rambling. But yeah, stakes, having a reality that's believable with stakes that you care about, to me, is a really important part of telling a story.